If you or someone you know is sick, have tried to get help, and is not feeling any better, then call or visit the Health and Wellness Center, where we will screen your entire body and find your problem and treat you so that your body will overcome your illness. So visit us today, 72 Queen Street, Kitty, or call us at 231-6477 for further information.
Very good evening to all of you, my friends. Very good evening to you. Welcome to our program once again. And today we're going to have a little noisy because I'm not in the office. I am not on site. I am off site. Dr. Richard is on the program. He's on site where he is. And today is probably going to be the last one before Christmas, because Christmas is next week Wednesday, right? Next Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah, next week is Christmas.
Wow. What happened?
Next week, Wednesday is Christmas Day. So time is really running. And I wasn't sure we were going to do a program today, but I felt that we can do one today, maybe just uh, to inform the public of the cautions that they need to take regarding the big Christmas dinners and all of that, with certain conditions that exist. And I would like to give some pointers because this is a season where many persons consume a lot of alcohol.
Whoa.
Yes, they consume a lot of alcohol. They eat a lot of fatty foods. They get drunk. Some drive drunk, some walk drunk, some ride drunk, and create problems for others, and then end up probably hurting themselves. So, we want to give them some cautionary measures, and then we have a video that's about 12 minutes long at the end that we want to just allow it to play so that they can kind of, finish up what our discussion is like today. So, Dr. Richard, welcome.
Thanks for the
I know
invite.
you've been very busy. You've been very busy in this Christmas season, and I think you just not too long finished working.
Yeah. Yeah. And did a review
So,
today. Yeah.
if you have any opening comments or words, you could air them.
Um,
It's quite a
it's this is sort of a paradox. It's the season, this Christmas season, this time of the year where people look forward to things that they grew up with normally. This I know in Guyana, you think about Christmas, you're thinking about all the foods you've eaten or you've eaten before, the pepper pot, the black cake, uh,
Mhm.
all those things that foods. There's no holds bar in anything, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but this is the time of the year where if you're struggling with something, with some health issue, you got to be really careful, not to overindulge. You know,
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
you can indulge, but overindulge is the problem. Or maybe you can indulge, but you know exactly where your health is at this point in time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a
Mm-hmm.
difficult time of the year um, for many. I mean, because I was listening to one person today who make the claim, well, I really don't enjoy this time of the year. Why? Because this is when I lost my mother. You know,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So for many amongst us, a lot of things like that happen. They've lost a lot of loved ones, and many amongst us are sad. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and this is the time
Yeah.
where a lot of depression sometimes in individuals, especially people who are uh, mostly live by themselves, or they're mostly introverted.
Right. Just
Yeah.
give me one. You continue to talk, Dr. Richard. Just give me 1 second.
So we got to be, very, very, very cognizant. I mean, if you know individuals that live by themselves, or individuals who, throughout the year have been experiencing some issues, a lot of sad things have happened to many this year. They've lost a lot of loved ones, and usually, it's when you have Christmas, you tend to want to think of good things, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's a very festive and happy people's dispositions for the most part. You know, most people are very festive. They're very happy. It's very joy. But there are people amongst us who've had, and there may be many more who've had a rough year. And we, you know, though we having ourselves maybe fun time of, this is the fun time of the year. Let us be aware that there are people who could, we need to talk to and make sure that they're okay. If you've cooked enough, you can help them, take a meal for them and things like that, because there are many who don't feel, and they're not in the mood, you know, because of
Yeah,
what's been
because of
happening.
the
Yeah,
sad period that they
yeah,
would have experienced years ago. For instance, in our own family, a few years back, we lost our nephew around this time.
that's right. That is correct. I didn't even put that together. That is true.
Yeah.
You know, and for our sister, it's not every year around this time that keeps coming up. You don't forget,
Hmm.
you cannot forget that, and it's like a reliving of the moments of those and the issues of those times, of that period. It's like a wound that is not really
Opens up,
fully healed.
it
Yeah,
opens up every time the period comes along.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
you know that
But
aspect of,
the important thing here is that we have to somehow remember that whatever happened to cause the pain, um, we cannot continue to relive it because we cannot change that. Somehow we have to get to the point where we let go and realize that there's nothing we can do to change what has already gone.
it's true.
It's a tough thing, but
Yeah.
it's the reality. And
Hmm.
I try to live in the reality situation, in the reality realm, where there's nothing I can do to change what has already gone. So
Hmm.
the best I can do is to try to move on, try to overcome it, try to live so that it doesn't continue to take a toll on you. It's a tough thing, but we have to get there somehow, you know.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
have to continue to live life, so that we can overcome that. We can, somehow get strong enough to put it behind us, because I mean, it's the reality. Soon enough, as we continue to live, uh, the only two things that we promised, right?
Hmm.
And
Taxes
there's
and
taxes
debt.
and debt.
That's
so,
true.
as we continue to pay our taxes and we continue to live,
Yeah.
it's not that you're looking forward to death, but it's somehow sooner or later, or somewhere along the line, we have to face it.
Yeah.
We really have to come to grips with that and face it. And as a matter of fact, from the Christian point of view, this is a sad time. It's a happy, sad time.
It's a paradox.
Yeah,
Both both emotions are exhibited.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
the best thing that I would say when it comes to that is try very hard to live your life.
Yeah.
Live your life so that you can at least enjoy some things while you're here. enjoy your pepper pot.
Mhm.
Eat moderately so that you don't hurt yourself. Enjoy your black cake, enjoy your ginger beer, enjoy your holidays,
Yeah.
because this period comes only once per year. It's one time a year it comes around. And even though there's some people who eat pepper pot all year long,
Really?
we know that oh yeah, of course, there's some places that cook it all the time. Every week you can get pepper pot,
The
you
healthy
know.
one?
Well, the health, yes, as a matter of fact, yes, the healthy one.
Okay.
Because I know this guy who owns a cooking establishment, vegetarian.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, when you go by there, you can get pepper pot. They call it hyper pot.
What do you call it? Hyper?
Hyper pot.
Where is it called
Hyper.
that way?
Because it's the guy who owns it is a Rastafarian.
Oh,
Yeah, so he makes vegetarian foods, and he
that's
would make
good.
pepper pot maybe one time per week. He would make pepper pot. He makes all sorts of things. Cocoa
That's
pies, pepper
nice.
pot.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. You would enjoy that whenever you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
here.
I would be visiting that establishment very frequently.
And as a matter of fact, we make our own. Maybe once a year we make our own, and it's vegetarian.
Yeah,
And when you eat it, I mean, you don't really realize that it's not.
yeah, that's good.
It's
I mean,
meat. So
you know,
if you
yeah,
if you get down to Florida at some point before the year is ended, you
yeah,
will have some.
nice.
You will have some. So
Good, good, good.
you invited to get some.
I'm looking forward to that. Or
You'll get your sorrel.
you can email me. No.
What's up? I what's up? As a matter of fact,
Send it
you can get
WhatsApp.
it. You can get it from Uber Eats.
Yeah, they can do that.
Uber Eats will deliver it. Yeah.
Wow, that's neat.
Yeah, but it costs a fortune to get it there from where
Oh, because they make no sense. Well,
from
you might
where
as
we
well
are
do
to
it.
you. It costs a
Yeah,
fortune to get it there.
yeah.
But
You,
maybe we can meet you halfway.
yeah, yeah, you're right. Halfway with a big pot.
Big pot, so you can have it to just exchange,
Yeah.
give you the pot and you go with it, and we get it another time when we meet again.
Wow, all that for
But
pepper
it's
pot.
it's that it's that season where persons enjoy the festivity of the Christmas holiday period.
Yeah,
You put up the lights, and you have your home looks looking like, I mean, I'm quite sure you drive around sometimes during this period and you look around at the homes that are decorated,
yeah.
with all those lights and everything else that's on
Oh
them.
yeah,
I do that.
oh yeah,
So you can see how people are they're celebrating that period.
oh yeah. People started, as a matter of fact, in the neighborhood and in all over. People started early this
Right.
year.
Right after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because and they were saying that the people they're happy about the progress of the election. They have more hope and all this stuff. I mean, some people are talking that way. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what's happening. But you mentioned that it was a happy sad day, right? It's like a paradox. It's happy and sad, and but that is the reason why some people. But that may be one of the reasons, or a few of the reasons why people just use excessive amount of alcohol. To
Yeah, they
take
get
care of the
more.
happy part and take care of the sad part at the same time.
They get happier, and then if they're careless and they forget that they've had so much of the happiness, they end up driving and creating problems to others and sometimes to themselves.
Yeah, yeah,
We lose persons during this period due to too much alcohol consumption.
yeah. And every year, the sheriff and the folks in the police and so forth have to put out public service announcements indicating that, especially in New Year, that we will make sure you have a designated driver, something like that.
Yeah.
Because that's a big problem. That's a big problem.
Yes.
And then people eat. You may not drink it, but you may eat it. People eat eat the alcohol and the black cake and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They eat it in I know some cultures, in the Spanish cultures, they make what is called coquito. Coquito is you make it's not necessarily a rum punch, but it's like
A beverage.
it looked like milkshake. They put a lot of milk and coconut and all that. But the main thing is alcohol, and sometimes they empty a whole bottle of alcohol in that thing. It looked like like a milkshake, but it's not cold, but it's it's a little, and they put a whole lot, and people tend to they figure it's not alcohol. They drink it,
Yeah.
and it's like eggnog.
Right.
It's
I
like
was gonna
eggnog.
say that.
Huh?
Say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Spanish version of eggnog, and
Okay.
it tastes. I tasted. I didn't know much about it, and when I tasted, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, this thing got alcohol in it. Yeah, you didn't know that? No.
That was like a wake-up call.
Yeah, so I know it has alcohol. You gotta be careful. They can make it without alcohol, but that takes away the purpose of making
It's
it.
the same way without the alcohol.
Yeah. So it's
It doesn't have
eggnog.
the same meaning either.
Huh?
Doesn't have the same meaning.
No. So that's the whole thing. So everything is laced with the alcohol in it, and that seemed to be, and people when they're celebrating anything, alcohol is in the midst of it all.
Right.
It could be in the beer form, in the wine form, in whatever form, But yeah, it's a problem in this time of the year, and
It makes them happy.
yeah,
Put them in a happy mood.
alcohol initially when you drink it, it does give you a buzz, like they say, but then it's a depressant. Eventually, you raise up and then you pull you down.
And then you fall. This is the time of the year, Dr. Richard, if you can remember, when you would see a lot of people laying on the road sleeping.
Yeah, it's true.
They're laying there, they're sleeping, and you know that they're drunk. They've been drunk from some overconsumption.
Yeah.
And sometimes we see them walking.
And they can't even walk.
Dancing and walking, happy dancing and walking. And don't know exactly where they're going.
No. They're falling down and doing all sorts of things. My mother used to say they're making a fool of themselves.
Yeah.
Walking around drunk,
For
grown men.
Those people who are indulged in that particular happy mode, we want to say be cautious and do not drive. Go in a group, and one person in the group must like to eat but not drink.
Yeah, designated driver.
Have someone who knows that. Look, you're not gonna drink. We know that.
Yeah.
You can eat all you want, but make sure we get home safe.
Yeah, they know we don't subscribe to drinking or anything like that, but people are gonna drink, so you gotta let them know that this is not you take it seriously and have somebody to help you to get home. Don't drive. Huh?
Sorry to cut you. I remember when I was in the Navy. Whenever we pull into ports from the aircraft carriers, we would all go ashore, and my responsibility was to make sure that everybody comes back.
That's a heavy responsibility.
Forget it. because the aircraft carrier for the most part could not pull directly into the port. It had to stay out in the deep somewhere where it can, where it was not too shallow,
Right.
and they
Right.
could tell there. But then we used to go out to shore on the small boats, the smaller crafts that can get to shore. So we would we would all go out, and my responsibility was to make sure that we all come back.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it was not easy because many of the guys are happy when they get out there. When they go ashore, they drink. They have to be happy, and
Mm.
you've got to looking at them. You've got to be counting them. You've got to be, and I'm telling you, this is like 40, 50 guys.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of guys. So we have to count. Make sure we do a count when you're in the boat. You do a count, and when we're coming back, we do another count to make sure that
Wow.
everyone was back on the boat. And
Mm.
and I know that many of them were drunk because they couldn't even count.
Oh no.
So it's a situation where it alters your state of mind.
Mm.
It alters it has an effect on your brain, and you're not conscious in many ways about a lot of things. So
Hmm.
I want to caution persons to be temperate, to not overdo it.
Yeah.
Make sure you stay at least sober at some level. That way you could be aware of what is happening around you. We don't want to lose anyone during this period senselessly.
Yep.
So
You know. It's.
alcohol is something that when you drink it, it makes you it makes you feel happy. You're good, but it takes your consciousness away from you, your state of mind,
Hmm.
and then you really don't benefit from it. There's no positive benefit from consuming excessive amounts of alcohol.
Nope. Nope.
See,
Yeah.
so I just want to caution persons this time of the year to be aware. And besides that, besides the consciousness and the unconscious state or semi-conscious state, you have hypertension and you have diabetes. Many persons consume excessive alcohol knowing that they have hypertension or high blood pressure, knowing that they have diabetes, and it will take up the blood sugar more,
Yeah.
and it will take up the blood pressure more.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
See, so
This time of the year, um, if you go into most hospitals, uh,
they're
mostly
empty.
people, yeah, people don't want to be in there, even though they may be very sick, very, very sick. In the beginning after New Year, the hospitals are
No beds,
piling up with people,
not enough
no
beds.
beds,
Yeah.
you know.
So we take recess from the clinic as of last Friday. We took recess, and we do that every year, twice a year actually. But we do it at Christmas and in the summer,
Mhm.
and it gives us an opportunity to catch up on things that we need to do that we couldn't get to, or in the case of Oliver and Joy, they travel. Oliver is gone, Joy is gone. They're not here.
Mm.
Oliver is in Texas, according to Oliver. Joy
Mm.
is in Maryland.
Wow, nice.
So you and I are holding on the fort while
Hmm.
they're gone, having their little break, because
That's
they,
nice.
they do work hard.
Hmm.
They do work hard and deserve a break.
Hmm. Hmm. It's true.
So you need to take a break also. I was saying to Audrey this morning that we all need a break at some point because we need to come back fresh when we start again.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they need to be conscious of that and allow us to be able to to catch up on things and catch up on our rest
Mm-hmm.
and maybe some other factors. And that way, when we return in the new year, we're ready to go and we're ready to, to assist in whatever area we can.
Mm-hmm.
And and talking about that, we got some really good news from persons in recent times who would have decided to follow the rules.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they and you experience this yourself. Many persons, especially when it comes to the dietary restrictions, they always give us the biggest challenge,
Yeah. True.
as if we the ones that are deciding what they do not need to eat or drink.
Not us.
So they forget that it's their own bodies that are telling them, listen, because you have this condition, you need to relax, come off of
Mm-hmm.
these things. And they throw that blame on us that you guys are taking us off of all the things that we like. But for the people who would have followed the rules, Richard, there's so many persons that came back to thank us for staying with them, to keep to keep them from consuming the things that got them sick.
Yeah.
It's a challenge, but
Mm-hmm.
those who follow the rules gets the results. If you don't
Yep.
follow the rules, you don't get the results.
Yep. It
Nothing you can do.
works. It works. I mean, the protocol and the recommendation, if they follow it, it works. I mean,
Yeah.
because it's their own body is telling them, hey, these things that you're eating is partially or mostly responsible for what you're experiencing right now. So, get off of those things. And a lot of people getting off of them, they can tell the difference immediately. Some within a week.
Yeah.
Those who were not able to sleep through the night, you're able to sleep. Headaches gone.
Oh yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's just an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing that we're trying to get healthy, but then our own habits are responsible for the way that we're feeling. The sicknesses that we're experiencing. You know,
We
um,
dig our graves with our teeth,
yeah, it's true.
and we eat ourselves into our graves.
It's true. And some of us are
It's the
digging deep.
safest thing,
It's true.
We don't
It's
we don't
true.
think of it, but that's what we do.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what we do. We eat all the things that are dead, and we expect to have life.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't work. I've
We,
had some persons who we would have seen that uh, would have complained to us about body odor,
mm,
body odor, and when they defecate, the scent.
mm,
Um, and it is amazing that the same people, when you screen them and you go through the things that they need to avoid, the same people who had those body odors and bad scents from the toilet comes back to you and says, but I don't have it anymore. What did you do?
mm,
Anything. All we did was removed the waste matter you had in your colon,
mm-hmm,
cleanse your blood system, and you change your diet. You
mm-hmm,
stop eating the things that are causing you to have bad, offensive odors and bad scent from the toilet.
mm-hmm.
It's amazing that the
I think we lost. Y-
you there?
yeah, I'm here. I thought I lost you.
No.
Yeah, but it's
Sometimes
true.
sometimes you have internet troubles.
Yeah. But yeah. How is I know you've experienced both places, right? And you're normally in Guyana for Christmas. What is the Christmas like in Georgetown compared to Christmas in Linden? I mean, I'm familiar with Linden, because you know I
And
know.
when I analyze the two cities, Linden and Georgetown, which Georgetown is about maybe 65 to 70 kilometers from Linden. And when you examine the difference between the two cities, how people celebrate Christmas, um, I think what happens in Georgetown, it's more commercialized than what happens in Linden. I mean, it's commercialized also in Linden, but
Mhm.
it's very commercialized in Georgetown versus Linden. And there are more people who decorate their homes in Linden still. You know, this is a time when persons will strip the homes and clean the walls and the furniture and the curtains and all that and put up the lights and everything. That still happens, but I think it's done more in Linden than in Georgetown, even though it
Wow.
happens in Georgetown also and in the countryside. Yeah.
Wow.
So
That,
when you return, you wouldn't miss you'll come back into some of what you're accustomed to.
oh, that's nice. So they never change. I know, speaking from our own experience, we had furniture that stand the stress of time.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, the wood, I don't know if those things probably still around still, you know.
Yeah, it's still there.
Wow. Every year they used to get a good sanding and a
Still
good
happens.
varnish and staining and everything to make them look new. That's
Dr.
incredible.
Richard, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can't hear me?
Well, I was told that the connection was lost at the studio,
Oh,
but it's back. It's back on. It's back.
oh wow.
Yeah, I think the internet is
The internet is not that
when you
great.
when you said you lost me, maybe you did indeed.
Huh?
When you said that you thought you lost me, you probably did indeed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I,
But
I,
go
I,
ahead as you were saying.
no, I was saying that the type of furniture that people buy in those back then was furniture that was made from good wood, and around close to Christmas time, I used to have to help sanding those things. uh, and
Yeah.
you would
Yeah,
stain
I
them and
remember.
varnish them, and they look new again.
Yeah, I remember that. Clear as day.
Yeah, the floor used to be clean. Christmas, everything is shiny, right?
Everything is brand new.
Everything was cleaned up, painted up, sewed up, new curtains. I tell you, the
It was a
excitement
good
of,
it was
huh?
a time to look forward. It was like a
Yeah,
renewal of things.
yeah.
Yeah. It still happens, you know.
I could believe that. I could believe
Yeah,
that.
it still happens, but it doesn't happen not as it used to 100%, but
Hmm.
in some homes it still happens that way.
I could believe that. You know,
Yeah, I have some of the furniture here that if you were here, I would have asked you to send them for me.
Whoa, I'll be having a lot of flashbacks. That used to be a traumatic event for me because I didn't like the sound. Oh,
I know.
that was something else.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah, but
dad used to be so particular about everything. You have to go around the curve,
yeah,
and I mean everything. You know,
gotta
can't
get
miss
all
a
the
spot.
creases, corners.
Huh?
Yep, we used to have to get all the corners and all the
All the
creases.
corners, and that's the rough part right there. Everything has to be sand before you put that stain on it and varnish it.
Yeah.
And but it used to look good, you
It
know,
used to look good. It used to smell good. Smell
smelled
brand
good,
new.
and the floor, same thing with the floor.
Yeah.
You know, that green heart wood used to be something else.
There's still a lot of green heart.
Oh
Purple
boy,
heart, green heart, everything
yeah,
else.
I tell
Yeah.
you.
But
Yeah.
I think the Christmas today is far from the Christmas yesterday in many ways.
Mm,
Many ways. Because the generations that went by or went on,
mm,
things changed. You know, the different toys are brought in, and the type of, I know we used to look forward to things like gun and socket. You know,
yeah,
you
yeah,
dress like a
yeah.
cowboy.
You're going on
You
your holster.
then
Uh,
we had the train that used to go around. You know,
hmm
we used to have some of that, which we, once in a while we would get that because our parents couldn't really afford a lot of the expensive toys,
mm.
if you can remember.
Yeah,
So
you know.
we had good times. We had good times, and um, Christmas was really a season for celebration back then.
Yeah. And the thing that we know used to really ring real to us is at that time when Christmas comes around, we used to have apples and grapes available.
Apples and grapes.
That was like only time around that we used to have it, right? I mean, it was
We
available here all the
apples,
time, but
apples and grapes, Milo or Ovaltine,
Ovaltine and cornflakes.
cornflakes. Uh, we never used to get cornflakes until Christmas.
Yeah, all those things,
Imagine that. Imagine that.
I tell
But
you,
we look forward to it. It
yeah,
was a
look
time that
forward.
we look
So,
forward to. And I think what is wrong now, Dr. Richard, is that the meaning of the Christmas, the purpose of the Christmas has been lost pretty much,
mm,
and the meaning has been diminishing from year to year.
mm,
So the season is not the same. And I want us to get back more into the foods because many persons would use things like sauce and
oh,
garlic pork and all these things. These things with a lot of fat, and it still happens.
mm,
This fatty diet still exists, and I want to caution persons that they need to be concerned about the
hmm
fats because there's a lot of danger in fats.
oh yeah,
Maybe you could expound on that a little bit.
yeah. I mean, the lipids, and the cholesterol and all those things. If you having problems with hyperlipidemia, which is, you're having a lot of problems with atherosclerosis and things like that. That is fat. All that comes from eating a lot of fat. Even diabetes, as we know, it's because insulin resistance is due to adipose fat cells just clogging up most of the cells, even the cells in the pancreas, and whereby the cell signal they cannot get the receptors for the insulin to bind to it. So too much insulin is being produced, but then it's not able to enter into the cells because you've clogged everything up. So we got to be careful with how much uh, fat is good. Too much of anything, right? Even the good things. Fat is required. You need fat, lipid, and cholesterol to produce certain enzymes and produce certain, especially myelin sheath for nerves and things like that. It's important to have it, but too much of it, especially when you put it in your diet, you eat too much of anything, it's not good. Um, I would stay away from, and like I was sharing with an individual today, I could tell, and I know you can too, We can tell what you've been eating for most of your life because of the worms that we find.
Oh yeah.
You know, we can tell if you eat a lot of fish. We see worms that are just specific to fish. We can tell if you eat a lot of red meat. We see worms that are specific, big worms too. Those are bloodsuckers. And if you eat pork, there's trichinella and trichinosis. Those are worms specific to pork. So, we have to understand that eating meat of any kind, I don't care where it comes from, you may have homegrown it and give it corn and give it this and give it everything naturally. However, there are consequences. There are consequences to it all. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Somebody's at my door here. All right.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
step
Yeah,
right
well, I
back.
think I'll go on.
Yeah, continue.
So as Dr. Richard is saying, we need to be concerned about the parasites and the worm infestation, especially with pork and beef. All the ham that's going to be eaten is, Christmas time is a time when a lot of ham is consumed from pork. Of course, there's turkey ham now, and there are other types of hams, but the flesh itself comes with larvae, and worms develop, and these worms actually take a toll on your body. Just the other day, I was screening someone, and I counted the different types of worms in that person. There were 12 different worms living in the person's body, 12 different types of worms. And the person was totally unaware that all of these worms were existing. And the problem with worms is that they eat mess and multiply inside of you. They don't come out. They don't come out and go to use the bathroom and come back. They don't, when they're multiplying, they don't take contraceptives to stop multiplying. So they eat in you, they mess in you, they multiply in you, they eat from you, they take your nutrients. We sometimes think that worms are only connected to children. No. The older you get, the more worms that you can have if you don't take the cautions that you need to take. So the thing that you need to remember, and I know we're going to be having to switch over to the video very shortly. The things that you have to remember, number one, if you have conditions that require you to avoid consuming certain types of foods, be modest and moderate. Just be moderate. Don't over consume anything that you don't need to be having. Number two, when it comes to the consumption of alcohol, you need to be very, 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 very cautious on that, because not only does it change your ability to be conscious of what's happening around you, it also interferes with your body system, your pancreas, your liver, your gallbladder, your spleen, your brain. Alcohol I think it's one of the most dangerous and should be classified as a drug. Overconsumption of alcohol is worse than some drugs. And they can create issues that are life-threatening. And there's some persons who lose their lives because of the overconsumption of alcohol. Because some people think that they're flying when they're walking, Some people think that they're walking when they're flying, and it just alters your whole state of mind or your brain. So please be conscious of the alcohol that you consume. Please have a designated driver if you're going to be going out as a group and you're going to have a good time. Have a designated driver, or call a cab. Call a cab and make sure that the driver is not drunk too. You call a cab to get back home. Call Uber, call Lyft, call a taxi service so that you could be taken back home. Consume foods moderately and modestly so that you don't interfere with your body function. Okay, very serious. And remember that you need to detoxify and deworm when you're done, because Christmas is going to be back again. But the question is, are you going to be here to see it? So please be cautious and please be conscious of the season and its purpose and ensure that you understand the consequences when you commit the acts. You know, if you got diabetes and you're going to eat all the pepper pot in the world, then expect that your blood sugar is going to go very high, and you may have a serious problem. You know, if you have hypertension, same thing. Don't consume the fats. Don't consume the salt in excess. Don't consume the alcohol too much. You know, be modest and moderate in all of your consuming of foods. And make sure that you understand that after this holiday, there are more holidays. There are more holidays. And don't spend all the money you have, and then come next year, God's willing, you can't even find money for a bus fare. Don't buy all these toys and all these gifts and expend yourself to the point where you can't even pay your mortgage. I'm talking about the Christmas present that people buy. We only have about another couple of minutes.
Oh, really?
Right? People take the season and they burn their credit cards. They put themselves in excessive amount of debt.
Yeah, that's
Just to buy gifts and just to decorate the house and to paint the house and to, you know, don't burn yourself out financially either, because when you're done, you're going to be stressed out, and that's going to cause you to have serious issues mentally and emotionally, because when you can't pay your bills, that's another headache that you're going to have. Christmas comes every year. Just plan your holiday, plan your festivity, and plan your meals. If you have conditions, eat according to your conditions. If you have to eat out of the conditions, be moderate about things and ensure that you remember that you have conditions, that you need to eat for the conditions. You know, so Dr. Richard, final words, because we got a video that's going to come on in a few minutes, and I know we only have like a minute.
Yeah, well, you know, just have a wonderful, safe, and temperate Christmas, you know, or a holiday. And remember that Jesus is the reason for the season.
Amen.
All right?
Amen, Dr. Richard. Jesus is the reason for the season. That is for the Christian families. Then we have, you know, we have other families who.
Oh, other families, yes. You know, well, you know, some celebrate and some don't. But that's what, you know, it's a Christian holiday, right? But then other religions and so forth, you know, they accommodate the purpose, right? And they celebrate too, just like others Christians celebrate. I remember celebrating Pagua and different things, right?
Well, we do that still.
Yeah, so
we do that.
You know, just be temperate. Everybody be temperate, but in everything that we do.
Well, we have the video that is going to come up, and it's very interesting. I like people to stay tuned and just listen to it, because it has some information there that's very, very pertinent and that can assist in many ways. So until our next program, Dr. Richard, I'm not sure if we're going to have one. I don't think we'll have one next week.
Okay.
But we may have something played maybe. But until we connect again with our program, I want to wish you and your family happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
And the same to you too.
And if you're really in need of some pepper pot, maybe we can arrange it to meet halfway, and I'll give you the pot and I'll come back. I'll give you the pot and I'll take some of your homemade bread and biscuits.
Yeah.
So bless others with your work, and that may all of you folks out there have a very, very Merry Christmas. And I know that you're going to have wonderful 2025, because good things are ahead. Good things are coming. All right? So,
did you hear yourself? 2025?
Yeah, it's coming.
2025. I mean, back in 1975, do you think 2025 would be what?
Yeah, 2025.
Amazing.
When we left Guyana, it was 1975.
Yeah. I'm thinking 2025.
1975, we were just little kids.
Yeah. And I haven't
Anyhow,
done that
time's up, Dr. Richard. May God continue to bless you and your family, and we're looking forward to having you in Guyana soon.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right?
Thank you. Thank you.
You
God
take
bless you
care.
too. And
Enjoy the holidays.
same to you. Same to you all.
Dr. James Chen is living proof that age is no barrier to an active, fulfilling life. At 92 years old, he still works in his Beacon Hill office in Boston, seeing patients twice a month, many of whom have trusted him with their health for decades. According to Dr. Chen, the secret to longevity isn't hidden in complicated techniques. It lies in simple, regular habits that most people overlook. Over 65 years of practice, Dr. Chen has identified two key areas of the body that must be cared for to maintain health and energy. His unique approach blends modern science with age-old wisdom, helping both himself and his patients stay in great shape well into their advanced years. It all starts with your feet, says Dr. Chen, who begins each day by checking and caring for them. He believes that feet are the gateway to a long and active life. Research from Harvard Medical School supports this view. Regular foot care improves circulation and reduces the risk of cardiovascular problems by 35% in people over 60. Feet are the body's foundation, but we often neglect them, he emphasizes. He shares the example of John, a patient who suffered from chronic fatigue and insomnia. When John first came to me, his feet were cold, indicating poor circulation. We started a routine of foot care, and within 3 months, his energy returned, and his overall well-being improved, Dr. Chen recalls. How to care for your feet. Dr. Chen's tips. Dr. James Chen considers foot care essential to overall health and longevity. He recommends starting with warm water to avoid drying out your skin. Soak your feet for 3 to 5 minutes to soften them, preparing them for the next steps. Use a gentle soap and clean between the toes with circular motions to prevent moisture buildup and fungal infections. After washing, dry your feet thoroughly. The key step, according to Dr. Chen, is massage. He suggests pressing your thumb into the sole, moving gradually from the center toward the heel. This technique activates important points known since ancient times, improving circulation and vitality. Contemporary research supports these benefits. Specialists at the Mayo Clinic found that regular foot care lowers the risk of falls, strengthens balance, and may even boost immunity. A 2023 study showed that participants over 60 who cared for their feet regularly were 30% less likely to fall and maintained better mobility than those who ignored this aspect of their health. Dr. Chen compares the feet to a tree's roots. Healthy roots nourish the entire tree, and well-cared-for feet provide a strong foundation for an active life. This connection is especially crucial for older adults, whose circulation slows with age. The right foot care routine can help counteract that process. To get the best results, Dr. Chen recommends quality tools, gentle exfoliating brushes, non-slip bath mats, moisturizing creams, and comfortable orthopedic shoes. These simple measures prevent common issues like dryness, cracked heels, fungal infections, and reduced sensitivity. Basic foot care rules. After bathing, while the skin is still slightly damp, apply moisturizer to dry heels to prevent cracks. Ensure your feet are completely dry, especially between the toes, to avoid fungal infections. For extra protection, use antifungal powder inside your shoes. He shares another patient story. Margaret, 78, suffered from severe foot pain that limited her activity. She feared a sedentary life, but by following Dr. Chen's guidance, washing, massaging, and moisturizing her feet daily, she noticed significant improvement within weeks. By age 82, Margaret was leading walking groups in her neighborhood, inspiring others to care for their health. Special tips for diabetics and those with poor circulation. Dr. Chen notes that people with diabetes or weak circulation should be extra cautious. Test water temperature with your elbow to avoid burns, as foot sensitivity may be reduced. Examine your feet daily, watching for cuts, blisters, or other injuries. If you spot any problems, seek medical advice promptly. According to Dr. Chen, spending just 10 minutes on foot care before bed can improve both foot health and sleep quality. A gentle upward massage prevents fluid buildup, improves circulation, and helps reduce nighttime cramps. Armpits, your body's natural detox center. Dr. James Chen raises an often overlooked topic: how proper care of your underarms can influence overall health. Most people associate armpits only with hygiene and odor control, but Dr. Chen explains their far more important function as a key detoxification center. By caring for this area, you can significantly enhance your overall well-being. Stanford Medical Center research shows that the lymph nodes in the armpit area play a crucial role in filtering toxins and protecting the body. A 2023 Immunology Journal study found that proper armpit hygiene can increase lymphatic flow by 40%, boosting immune defenses and helping the body handle external threats more effectively. Dr. Chen shares the case of Helen, a 70-year-old patient who frequently suffered from respiratory infections. After following Dr. Chen's new approach to underarm care, Helen noticed fewer illnesses and a marked improvement in her energy and overall health within a few months. Dr. Chen highlights the link between armpit lymph nodes and cardiovascular health. These nodes support normal circulation in the upper body. Neglecting underarm care can disrupt lymphatic function and reduce the efficiency of detox processes. Dr. Chen's 3-step armpit care routine. Number 1. Gentle cleansing. Use mild fragrance-free soap and move in circular motions from the outer to the inner area of the armpit to stimulate lymph flow. Number 2. Thorough drying. Ensure the area is completely dry to prevent bacterial growth and sluggish lymph circulation. Number 3. Natural deodorants. Avoid aluminum-based antiperspirants that can block lymphatic channels. Opt for natural alternatives like baking soda or mineral salts. Lymphatic massage, the path to better health. Lymphatic massage remains an underrated element of body care, but its impact shouldn't be overlooked. Dr. Chen insists that even a 2-minute morning massage can make a significant difference. Using light, gentle strokes, massage from the armpits toward the collarbones to stimulate lymph flow and ease shoulder tension. Consider his 68-year-old patient, Robert, who struggled with constant shoulder tension and fatigue. By switching to natural deodorants and incorporating daily lymphatic massage, Robert noticed improvements in just a few weeks. Dr. Chen emphasizes that persistent soreness, lumps, or changes in skin texture under the arms warrant immediate medical attention. Early detection of potential lymphatic issues is key to successful treatment. Simple armpit care. Tips. After cleansing, rinse underarms with cool water to stimulate lymph flow and reduce bacterial growth. In hot weather, clean the area multiple times a day with gentle cleansers to stay fresh. Before bed, thoroughly cleanse the skin, allowing it to breathe and optimize nighttime detox processes. Proper armpit care offers both physiological and psychological benefits. When your detox systems function well, your overall health improves, and you feel more confident in daily life. Living well after 60. Avoid these 8 mistakes. Foot and armpit care are just parts of a broader picture of healthy aging. After 60, be mindful of your choices and avoid mistakes that can prevent you from enjoying a vibrant life as you approach 100. First, learn to say no. Being kind and helpful is great, but too much softness can make you a target for manipulation. Dr. Chen shares the story of Lao Shen, who happily helped others after retiring, only to be robbed by an unemployed young man he'd repeatedly given money to. This reminder stresses the importance of guarding your boundaries, especially as you age. Second, avoid excessive optimism. Optimism can inspire, but too much tolerance, especially in close relationships, can lead to pain. Forgiving bad behavior, hoping for improvement, can open the door to exploitation. Dr. Chen notes that extreme optimism can erode self-esteem. Respect your feelings and don't be afraid to set limits. Third, choose your friends wisely. True friends are rare treasures, and their value grows over time. Dr. Chen advises steering clear of superficial relationships and focusing on people who bring joy and support. Stay away from toxic individuals and surround yourself with those who share your values. Quality over quantity. Fourth, pay attention to your inner circle. True trust and deep understanding become even more precious with age. Dr. Chen recommends avoiding toxic ties and embracing sincere, reliable friends who bring happiness and support. Fifth, ensure financial stability. Financial independence fosters confidence and freedom in older age. It earns respect from loved ones and prevents you from postponing essential medical care due to lack of funds. Savings safeguard your health and peace of mind. Sixth, treasure your health. It's your greatest wealth. Health defines quality of life, especially in your later years. Maintain physical activity, a balanced diet, sufficient sleep, and a positive mindset. Prevention and timely care help preserve your energy, making you a pillar of strength for your family. Seventh, show tolerance in family relationships. Sometimes older adults criticize or lecture loved ones, causing tension. Practice patience, empathy, and understanding. Tolerance, care, and respect strengthen family bonds, creating warmer, happier connections. Eighth, release excessive worries about descendants. The saying, "everyone has their own happiness and sorrows," reminds us that overprotecting your grown children can do more harm than good. Let them build their lives, teaching them essential principles like humility, responsibility, and self-control, but don't dictate their path. Your health and Dr. James Chen is living proof that age is
If you or someone you know is sick, have tried to get help, and is not feeling any better, then call or visit the Health and Wellness Center, where we will screen your entire body and find your problem and treat you so that your body will overcome your illness. So visit us today, 72 Queen Street, Kitty, or call us at 231-6477 for further information.